Well, 2025's Elimination Chamber was something. That was a freaking amazing PLE. It was so much fun. For the 2025 Elimination Chamber review, before we get into that, like and subscribe, but hit the notification bell. It really helps on the channel and for more great wrestling content that we got. But let's get into this review, and I have to say before we get into the match, this has got to be one of probably the best Elimination Chamber you had. This show from top to bottom was good. There's maybe little negatives here and there, but this show was absolutely so much fun. But our first match of the night is the Women's Elimination Chamber match of Roxanne Perez, Bayley, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Alexa Bliss. And I have to say, this might be one of the best Women's Elimination Chamber matches. Just from top to bottom, some storytelling, even though they probably could have did some more storytelling, and everything just worked out so well in this match. But we start out with Liv Morgan and Naomi, and before we can even get started and before the bell can ring, Jade Cargill's music hits, and she is finally back, and she storms to the ring. She gets in there, and you think she's about to attack Liv, but then she attacks Naomi. And this was so perfect on how they did it and how they finally brought her back, because Bianca was in the chamber in the cage, so she couldn't do nothing about Jade absolutely destroying Naomi. It's super perfect, because you got to give Bianca Belair an Oscar. Her acting was perfect. Like, she really so being distressed, upset, and sad, and so confused of what was going on. And it just worked out well, because, you know, we obviously kind of figured that it was Naomi that was the one that tagged Jade Cargill, but now it kind of plays into, you know, Bianca doesn't really know what's going on. You know, why did Naomi attack Jade Cargill? Why did Jade Cargill attack Naomi? It's just all this bundled up mess that really just works out super well. Plus, there's not many people talking about how, you know, Alexa Bliss had a great reaction. I don't know, that could possibly tie into something with the Wyatts with her reaction, but her reaction overall was great. And then you get into Bayley's reaction. It was subtle, you can really see it, but her being quiet and just generally just upset, it's just great, because how she's great friends with Naomi and potentially thinking about this Jade turning heel on Naomi, or Naomi was the one that tagged Jade all along and she's this evil person, you know, because they're best friends. It ties in so well. So that entire Jade Cargill return was played out perfectly. Because of that, Naomi was medically uncleared to be in the match, so she gets taken out, and then you have Liv gloating in front of Bianca, which even makes it even more great, being like, hey, I told you so, it wasn't me. It was so great. But then also too, this match was great. I feel like it highlighted every single woman well. I think the weakest they highlighted though was probably Bayley in this entire match. I think the crowd loves Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss looked really good. She got to have good moments. I think, of course, Bianca's the EST. She's just amazing and knows what she knows how to do stuff. And the one person I thought looked really good though too was Roxanne Perez. It was her first show in Elimination Chamber, and I feel like she looked very good with the spots that she got to really showcase herself in different moments, giving Bayley this nasty power bomb on the outside. I thought it was all really good and well to show her. But I gotta give it to the credit to the MVP of this entire match, and that is Liv Morgan. I've been saying ever since she's came back at the 2024 Rumble, she's just been on this roll. Her confidence is through the roof. Her in-ring work has been great every single match, and she was just the MVP from just taking crazy spots, hitting moves, taking that nasty hair whip from Bianca. That was loud. You could see all the bruises and just cuts she had all over her body. She was just the MVP of that match. She's been in all Elimination Chamber matches, but this might be one of her best performances in this match. And then kind of like the cons of this match, I think the biggest thing for me, it was Bayley and Roxanne. I still think this is possibly their WrestleMania match. I just kind of wish they kind of had more interactions between each other. Don't get me wrong, there's already a big story that they're telling, and Roxanne got to pin Bayley on SmackDown. I just kind of wish maybe there was a moment, like, I'm fine that Bayley or Roxanne didn't pin each other, because I figured you want to save another pin for WrestleMania or something, but I kind of wish there was a bit more between the two to really keep telling their story. But overall, I feel like that's kind of the only real issues here. I think everything else just worked out super well. I feel like every single woman at least got something to showcase themselves in the match. Every single woman looked good. Jade Cargill return was great. Bianca was great. Liv was great. Alexa was great. Bayley was great. Roxanne Perez was great. Every single woman in this match killed it. And I think there's a genuine discussion to say this might be the best women's Elimination Chamber match in history. This women's Elimination Chamber match was absolutely freaking fantastic. Then we get into women's tag team match of Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax, and Candice LeRae. And This match was alright. It was nothing bad, you know. It was still have all great in-ring performers, you know. It was great to see that Trish is on the PLE, Tiffany is on the PLE, Nia Jax is on the PLE, Candice LeRae is on the PLE, especially Candice LeRae. She deserves more spotlight because she's so talented. But it's so great to see all these women be on a PLE. This match was a nothing burger because it didn't really live. There was no stakes. It didn't really lead to anything. And the crowd was kind of not really into it too, so it kind of killed that. It still wasn't a bad in-ring match. It was an alright match. But it was definitely the weakest out of the entire card. But I just feel like this match they could have did either Tiffany versus Nia one-on-one. I don't think you needed to do Tiffany versus Trish or something. I just kind of feel like this should have been a one-on-one for Tiffany defending the title to build up Tiffany's trying to face someone as a Charlotte Flair leading into WrestleMania. But I feel like they should have did that to make it better because there was no like seriousness or no like, you know, pro or a con or something like a consequence if someone wins or loses this match. Nothing really. So it's just kind of like a nothing match. But overall, it was still great to see all these women get a PLE spot. It was great to see every single one of them being in this match. Trish being the hometown and everything. It was still an enjoyable match, but nothing to write home about. So either way, still enjoyed the women's tag team match of Tiffany and Trish versus Nia and Candice. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match. This match was probably, this is the match of the night, the best match. This is already probably talks to being the match of the year. This is match of the year worthy. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are just wrestling soulmates. I get they have wrestled all over the place, but they are truly just the best with each other. And I feel like this match did something that was so great, was the gradually evolving story of getting it increasing the violence, increasing the punishment, increasing level of violence and the repercussions for certain things, certain stories. It was just so great. And I feel like they did a great job too because, yeah, even though this match would have been cool with some color, not every single match needs color. And I feel like they did a great job showing why this didn't need it. One other thing too, I want to give props to WWE for this, is that they really showcased that this unsanctioned match. And the refs weren't wearing regular gear. The turnbuckles didn't have, you know, the WWE logo. They also dimmed the lights and everything. It just was perfect in how they portrayed this. And then also too, this entire match was just great. They were having spots all over the place, doing all these crazy stuff. They're fighting all over the arena. Sami Zayn is doing power bombs to Kevin Owens through 2 tables. Kevin Owens has 2 tables stacked up, pushes him into a stack of 2 tables. You freaking have it where beating the crap out of each other, doing spots in a whole bunch of different chairs. Like they're just destroying each other. And I loved it because you saw the gradual, slow, gradually getting more violent and violent and violent and violent. I loved how they were slowly getting worse and worse with the violence. And you started telling the story of, you know, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens for all the punishment, but also too Sami Zayn with his neck, because he's just an absolutely amazing seller. He is great at selling and making you feel him trying to fight through the punishment. One of the crazy moments too that we end up having Sami Zayn bring out a barbed wire steel chair, and that was absolutely freaking crazy to start off with, to have out, because you never really see that. And him hitting Kevin Owens with a powerbomb and making him trip and hit him in the face with it, hitting him on his back was so great. And that was just crazy, and you could just feel it, just like all the spots that they were doing in terms of the tables, chairs, barbed wire chair. You could just really feel the violence and feel the hatred in this match, and it was just so great. And of course, you know, they at the ending of the match, they want to tie back into the apron power bomb, where Kevin Owens gives 1 power bomb and then he gives a second one. Going back to the NXT day was absolutely great, and basically beating the living crap out of Sami Zayn. Like, they went to war, and Kevin Owens gets the 1, 2, 3, and he is your victor over Sami Zayn. And I figured Kevin Owens was going to win it because, you know, Kevin Owens has taken 2 major back-to-back losses. He's taken one from having Kevin Owens losing at Bash from Berlin, Saturday night's main event, now the Royal Rumble. He's taken 3 major losses at PLEs, and this was the match that he needed to rejuvenate, especially what we get into in a minute, this WrestleMania feud with Sami Zayn. I just wonder, is he going to miss WrestleMania? Because the only person that seems that might be his WrestleMania opponent is Karrion Kross. But are they going to sell it long enough to where maybe Sami Zayn is out, and then maybe the last week or two, that's when he returns, and that's the WrestleMania match? Because you could maybe see where maybe Kross can have like promos on Raw or online antagonizing Sami Zayn. Like, see, I told you were delusional. You should have never went and faced Kevin Owens. Like, I don't know where they're going to go with that, but it seems Sami Zayn's a more likely route, because I don't see him missing WrestleMania. Kevin Owens, you know, he finally tries to go back into the ring after leaving, trying to take Sami Zayn out on the concrete, trying to hit a package pile driver. And here comes the return. Finally, finally, after months and months, Randy Orton is back. And this just shows this is their WrestleMania direction. This is the feud of Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Having Randy Orton coming back and then hitting Kevin Owens with an RKO and teasing the punt kick, about to take out Kevin Owens. And we already know that's going to be the tease for the WrestleMania match. We're going to get that punt kick at WrestleMania. Great, we get to have another match of the direction that we're seeing for Kevin Owens and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. And I can't be more excited because it gets another reason why to be locked in for WrestleMania. Then we get into the final match of the night, the main event. We get into the men's Elimination Chamber match. CM Punk, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, and John Cena. And this match was a lot of fun. It didn't have as much big spots as the other matches, like the women's match. A lot of people are ordering this match, is understandable, but I still feel like it was a lot of fun. Probably a top 5 or 10 men's Elimination Chamber match. I also feel like too that they showcased everyone in this match well. Even though, yeah, some people may say Damian Priest was still out like a rock. Well, they're building him as a main eventer, so of course he's going to seem out of place because all these other people are built up main eventers. So of course they're going to be the odd one. He's going to be the odd one out outside of everyone else because they've had years to do it. This match though was hard hitting though, a lot of crazy spots, and just I love the stories that they were telling too, because a lot of people don't like it, but I personally did, of the whole Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre spot. Drew McIntyre, instead of trying to get the pin on whoever, he got his anger and his hatred focused on John Cena, who he's been talking about the past couple weeks. He wants to get at John Cena and this, that, and about John Cena, and Damian Priest got the roll up on him because one of the things you gotta understand about Drew McIntyre, you have death, taxes, and Drew McIntyre never kicking out of a roll-up. Even though, yeah, I understand, to me I'm a little bit irritated because I feel like he shouldn't be taking as many losses as he did leading to Elimination Chamber, because he lost to Jey Uso, lost to Jimmy Uso, and now got pinned by Damian Priest. I understand some people wanted Drew McIntyre to stay longer, but like literally I didn't think he had a chance of winning. And plus too, you people who believe the dirt sheets and those spoilers or whatever, WWE did so many times on their big PLEs. They did it for the Royal Rumble, where they will feed these news sources, these fake sources, and these fake results just to switch them, and they're basically giving you false information to lead you in a different direction. So that's why I never believe these false rumors that are out there. I just didn't think he was winning it because he won last year. It didn't make no point. The people saying hating because Drew McIntyre's level is high, like, don't get me wrong, I understand Drew McIntyre has been on a run of a lifetime, but at the same time too, literally Roman, I already knew Roman, Punk, and Seth were locked ever since Survivor Series. I knew that was the WrestleMania match. Also too, I think about too, this is great for Damian Priest because him getting off a great World Heavyweight title run, him trying to be built up to a main eventer, the history we have from WrestleMania 40, Money in the Bank, and Clash at the Castle. There's so much history between these two now, leading in the chamber. It adds on more for their feud, and I think the only thing that really needs to make it bigger is a stipulation, but overall it's a great way to continue their feud. And even though Logan Paul was randomly eliminated pretty early on, you can throw him into any segment, and with his big name and everything, he'll be fine, so it didn't really matter. But I feel like it really got down, and really important when it got down to the final three: Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and John Cena. These guys were cooking, going back and forth. They were great. But then it gets to another moment too, just like with Drew, where Seth Rollins literally was beating up John Cena, threw him through a pod, could have capitalized, so John Cena was done. He was out. But nobody decides to go after CM Punk because of his hatred for him, and that ends up costing him to where he ends up getting pinned out of the chamber, which they don't ever show him getting out of the chamber. And then we lead it to a great moment. We finally get the one-on-one between CM Punk and John Cena. And John Cena can still go, man. Him and CM Punk were doing an amazing back and forth, them crazily kicking out of many finishers, but really making you believe like they were putting everything out on the line to try to main event WrestleMania. And then when we finally think CM Punk might get on that comeback to beat John Cena, Seth Rollins comes in and hits a curb stomp on CM Punk, but John Cena capitalizes, hits a STF on him, and CM Punk passes out, which was crazy too, because Seth Rollins over there was like, die, kill him. I'm like, Seth, I get your hate the man, but ain't that deep. Still, this was a great way to end it, because now you see the direction for CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And I'm a bit surprised though that there was no Roman Reigns. I wonder if Roman Reigns will come into another later point in the next couple weeks. Well, at least we know their WrestleMania direction. But overall, I feel like that we finally have it. John Cena was our 2025 Men's Elimination Chamber winner, and I'm super excited, super happy, and there's way more to get into in a moment about it. But overall, this Men's Chamber, I thought it was great. It didn't have many crazy big spots, but I feel like it still had a lot of physicality they would want in a Chambers match, a lot of hard-hitting stuff. The people you wanted to look good looked good in the match. match, and it really progressed some stories that you would want for WrestleMania. So I thought I have a lot of fun with this men's chamber match because they cooked in this match just like the women's. Then we get into the final segment of the night, and that was Cody Rhodes going to give The Rock his soul, to where we end up having Cody Rhodes coming out, taking John Cena's hand and being like, hey, congrats, you won it, here comes The Rock with Travis Scott. Even though it's kind of weird, Rock, why you have a man's face like that, a little bit weird, saying I want you and all that stuff, I want your soul. But you have The Rock coming out and basically being like, so Cody, what's your hand? Of course, then you have Cody Rhodes telling The Rock in a babyface way that, my soul's already been taken, it's been taken for this ring into these fans for years and years ago. And then you actually letting Cody Rhodes curse fully without censoring. You can hear telling The Rock to go F himself, letting you every single letter come out of his mouth saying F you to The Rock, which is so freaking crazy. And I never thought they would be able to let them do that, but they actually did. And then we get into John Cena's overreacting and going crazy, and then he daps up Cody Rhodes, hugs him, and then you see it. Then you have The Rock do the hand motion against his throat when Cody's not looking, and then you just see John Cena from the smile face, whole body just turn stiff, and his face just gets super serious and angry, and you're like, no, they are not gonna do it. They are not going to do it. They actually did it. John Cena low blows Cody Rhodes, and I never thought of the day I would see a heel John Cena. I put that something that was in the past. I thought that's never going to happen. There's so much I'd be interested, and I would love to see heel John Cena. He's too much of a baby face, and him not wanting to be a face because of the Make-A-Wish kids, and so many people have tried to turn this dude heel in the past, and you're just like, there's no way that he's going to turn heel. Makes sense for John Cena's character, him coming back. Yeah, he wants to win the 17th title. He really wants to cement his legacy with that, but at the same time too, he's not the same old John Cena, so he doesn't really believe himself he can do that. He's always been that company man. For him to actually do that, believe it's because the company people now, they're not good. They are evil. You have The Rock who is evil, so it leads into it now. And it was crazy. First, John Cena is beating him up. The watch that he got gifted from WrestleMania 40, that was his father's, getting friggin' hit, with a microphone, getting hit with the WWE Championship, and then Rock whipping him with the weight belt with his father's death date on it, with Cody's soul. Like this was just absolutely crazy. And it really, because to me, I was enjoying the WrestleMania, but of course it was a little bit slow, a little bit not as much interesting, but I was still enjoying it. This segment right here, this moment right here, this was like freaking Stone Cold turning heel, like Hulk Hogan or whatever. This go down as one of the biggest moments in wrestling history, and I'm so excited that I was here for this moment, because this moment really made you lock in for WrestleMania. If you weren't interested, you better be locked in right now. Be interested to see what is the aftermath, what is WrestleMania 40 going to look like, and how in the heck is Cody Rhodes going to somehow take down The Rock, and now the new heel John Cena. I don't know who he's going to get help with, who's going to help him, because Cody Rhodes does not have friends like he did at WrestleMania 40. But this John Cena heel turn is so interesting, so intriguing, and I'm still in shock that it happened, but I'm still overall so excited to see what this heel John Cena run is going to hold. But this overall segment just made WrestleMania 41 way more intriguing. But these are just all my thoughts and opinions and my overall review of the entire 2025 Elimination Chamber. This show was a lot of fun, a lot of exciting moments, and probably one of the best Elimination Chamber PLEs that we've had, because this was absolutely a fun show with great matches. But overall, let me know in the comments what your guys' favorite match and favorite moment of the entire night, and just give me an overall review of this year's Elimination Chamber. Hit that like and subscribe button, the notification bell. We're gonna have to wait and see what is the fallout of Elimination Chamber, because the road to WrestleMania is looking very interesting. That is all for me, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.